We welcome you to the new examination center where the 15th session of the 27th congregation of the University of Cape Coast is currently ongoing. We've seen the past sessions, and of course, this marks a huge milestone in the lives of those who are going to impact the world with their research and their new academic dominion that they sought to achieve. We're finding out from them how they did that, and of course, what these research will do and impact their various community. My name is Onesefera Sobobi. So we are privileged to have with us the valedictorian for the 15th session of the 57th congregation with us. Congratulations, Doc.
Thank you.
It's a pleasure. 2 years. That's super fantastic. How did you do that?
Okay, so uh, I know I did my part, but God also helped me. Then I think I was surrounded and motivated by professors and lecturers and colleagues. And I think I started very early. So once doing the coursework, I started with data gathering. And right on the onset, I think I knew what I wanted to do. So each of the assignments they were giving us during the coursework, I was using my own research. So at the end of the course, I have finished gathering data. I knew my problem statement and everything because if they needed data for something, mine was readily available. So all these things contributed to me finishing it.
We've already jumped the gun, but who is the face or behind this m- very excellent performance?
Okay, so Justin Adams. So now Dr. Justin Adams. Okay, so I'm from Enchi, Western region, Enchi, very far. But I'm here today. And I attended secondary school at Fiasek. I graduated as the overall best student during my time. It was a school that I think before my time, no one has ever even entered university. But we broke through when we were here. Then I came to UCC to do my first degree and did my master's here and my PhD too here.
You've indeed broken a lot of ceilings, but let's concentrate on your thesis. What did you work on, and what do you think would be its impact on society?
Okay, so I worked on cultural origin. And by cultural origin, I looked at chief executives, cultural background, and parent companies. When I say parent companies, holding companies, companies that owns about 50% shares in other companies. So I looked at the CEOs and holding companies' cultural origin, green reporting, and firm performance of listed manufacturing firms in Sub-Saharan Africa. So when I pick listed manufacturing firms in Sub-Saharan Africa, I look for their names of their CEOs in the annual reports. If I'm fortunate, I get their nationality in the annual reports. Those that I couldn't trace their nationality in the annual reports, I pick their surnames and I trace their nationality through their surnames using apps, which is widely recognized. Then after getting that, I trace their cultural origin using hostage cultural dimensions. That's power distance, individualism, masculinity, indulgence, and the others. So at the end, I look at where the impact of where the CEO is coming from on green reporting. And by green reporting, it's just an aspect of sustainability, environmental reporting. So firms reporting on the environmental activities, their impact and everything. So my topic was purposely on if a CEO is from power distance cultural background, whereby there's power, people accept power and all those things. What is the impact on green reporting? And if there's an impact on green reporting, does it translate into firm performance?
I think we'll have to make time so that we go deeper into your thesis. But thanks for making time to talk to us.
Thank you. You are welcome. Thank you.
All right. Okay, so we are privileged to have with us one of the graduates, Dr. Akowa. Doc, thanks for joining us. Let's look at the journey to this place. How was it?
Uh, it wasn't easy, but we believe that when you know what you are about and you know what you want to achieve, you should be able to set focus and move on to whatever you want to achieve. So that has been what has carried us through up to this point.
Um, how long was this journey?
It took me 6 years instead of 4 years. And it took me 6 years instead of 4 years. And this also comes to mind when you have persistence and when you have focus, that no matter the challenges that may come your way, you don't need to give up. So even though after the 4 years, I wasn't finished yet, but with the support of the team, with the family, I was able to finish up within the 6 years.
Now, what would you say probably contributed to the delay? Is it work? Is it family? Or you just perhaps lost hope at a point in time?
Uh, it's complicated. So let me start with family. I have a family of 5. So combining their work with my academic work wasn't easy. Secondly, I am an entrepreneur. I run about 3 businesses. So running the business at the same time running your work was also a big challenge. So these all contributed to the delay in the work. But what I'm happy is that I stayed focused, I showed up every day, and I have been able to complete the task.
All right, thank you so much, Dr. Koa, for making time to talk to us. We'll come and make time, and then we'll look at your thesis, and then, of course, your entrepreneurial bit in details. Yes.
I want to take this opportunity to thank the team Spark Designs and my wife for sponsoring this project, my supervisor, and everyone who contributed to this success. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much. So, it's one of the biggest privileges. If there's something like a privilege, then this particular situation you are experiencing is a privilege. And I'm proud to say that the man beside me, the man beside me, in fact, actually puts me here. He's been hard on me, and I know for someone like him, he's extra hard on himself. Dr. Kwabena Entry Konedu, congratulations.
Thank you very much. Danny has given me a new name. I thought you were going to use it. Is it manager doctor or doctor manager? I don't know which one is which.
I think we prefer manager doctor.
So you call me manager.
Manager Dr. Kwabena Entry Konedu. Manager, let's look at the journey so far. How has it been like? Because I know you are someone who works extremely hard, both for the station, for the family, and then for academics. How did you manage that?
Well, I'll just say I thank God for giving me that strength to be multitask. Seriously, from my first degree, even when I was doing my first degree, I was technically a sports organizer. And you can imagine combining that. This should be, after my first degree, I had a PGD, which also was done whilst I was really schooling. I was working. Then came my first master's. I was working. My second MA master's, I was working. My MPhil, I was working. And the PhD too, I was working. So for me, there's nothing like a special time for you to sit and go to school due to circumstances beyond my control. Definitely, I'm a self-sponsored individual. So I combine this, and I thank God. God has given me that strength to go through this.
Now, manager, let's take a look at this. Throughout this journey, was there a particular point in time you felt, you should even give up? Because honestly, I don't know what there is that you haven't achieved within the media space.
Well, I personally don't give up when I set my mind to do something. It is part of me. If I want to do it, I do it. If I don't want to do it, I don't even go in. But this particular one, the PhD, and I'm happy I have Professor Bachiadom standing just by. The last encouragement came from him because I dropped it twice. The first one on a reason that I thought it could be resolved. It wasn't personal, so I had to stop it for some time. Then the Director General saw my records and said, no, you can't. So I had to come back to it. Then there was a second issue that came up. I became the national president for university administrators. So that took a chunk of my time. Before I could say Jack, I needed to go again to the field for another data because my data had run for almost 3 years. So I needed to refocus and go for another data. So apart from these ones, everything has been okay. For me, I am not the type that would want to look at your challenges. I rather look at how I'll be able to go through the challenges successfully. And I thank God it has happened like that.
Your final comments to anyone out there who feels that getting higher degree after a certain pedestal is not so necessary?
I'm advancing in age. And so somebody would have thought that, why do you need a PhD? Especially when people think that you are doing very well with your chosen career. But again, I am also a symbol of hope for so many people, including the student I teach. And if I have the opportunity to get to the higher level, the terminal degree, why wouldn't I do it? I was not doing it because I was competing with anybody. If anything, I was competing with myself. And that is why I don't really worry myself so much about it. And again, in your line of questions, what it actually means is that whatever you do, know what you want to do with whatever you want to do. For me, the PhD has come at the right time, and I know I'll make more impact, not because I have a PhD, but because it's also a leverage for me to ride on and do more greater things. So thank you very much. It's all about making sure you take advantage of opportunities and you move on in life.
All right, thank you so much. So you heard from Dr. Kwabena Entry-Kwanedu, the General Manager of the Campus Broadcasting Services Center. Let me not talk much. He's here to do the talking for himself. Congratulations, bro.
Thank you very much, my brother.
I know people may not know, how I know you, but let's just put that one aside. What has been your motivation to pursue higher degree to this level?
Okay, thank you very much. My motivation to pursue a PhD is anchored on my quest for knowledge all the time. I'm somebody who likes studying and wants to see myself at the apex. So right from undergraduate studies, I said to myself that even if I don't enter into the academia, I will definitely have the terminal degree. So it is my motivation to study and to acquire knowledge that have brought me this far to attain this terminal degree, a PhD in international studies. Thank you.
And that's very incredible. Of course, pardon me for my unorthodox mess, at least I was supposed to have asked you to tell us a bit about yourself, who you are.
Okay, my name is Blessed Ashmond. I come from Aguna Diakwa in the Aguna East District in the Central Region of Ghana. I am born to Mr. Samuel Ashmond and Madam Emilia Asani. Currently, I'm an assistant registrar here in the University of Cape Coast, and I'm married to Mrs. Martha Araba Kraba Ashmond, and together we have one child, Berima Kwabena Edufu Ashmond. Thank you.
Your final comments to anyone who would want to pursue higher education but feels that perhaps because of work, he or she may not be able to meet the task.
Okay. Thank you very much. One thing that I would say, let me start with this before I come to your question. PhD or research degree program, if there's a new student will be able to complete, lies on the relationship that exists between that student and the supervisor, or supervisors. So all the time I tell my colleagues that get on very well with your supervisors, but because no supervisor wishes anything bad for a student. The supervisors want the best from the student, so that at the end of the day, when the thesis lies on the shelf or at the library and anybody chances on that, the person will pick something that is of value and of substance. So I will advise all postgraduate students to get on very well with their supervisors. And I also encourage everybody to pursue the PhD or a research-based degree, because it adds to the knowledge. If the country will progress, it's based on research, quality research that are produced by students. So I will encourage everybody not to rely on his own earnings, but strive for academic excellence by pursuing postgraduate studies, MPhil, PhD, because it is through research that the country will be able to develop.
All right, thank you so much, my brother Ashwood, and we wish you all the best in the rest of your endeavors.
Thank you very much, my brother.
You've heard all the stories, the inspiring ones, the emotional ones, and of course, the very interesting ones. But one message that we get out of this is that perseverance always leads to success, and never, ever give up on your road to success. My name is Onesefero, so remember to subscribe, comment, like, and share our videos. This is TV UCC. See you in our next episode.